Conformity is the process by which a person changes or adapts a behavior or an attitude in an effort to be consistent with the social norms or the expectations of others.
Social norms are the attitudes and standards of behaviors expected of members of a particular group. So conformity is basically following the social norms.
Most adults view conformity as a major problem for children and teenagers because of the negative association with peer pressure. However, conformity affects all people of all ages.
We face the decision of conformity or dissent in our everyday lives, whether it's when we choose to stop at a red light or when walking down the hall of our school. Most of us walk on the right side of the hall without even realizing it. The social norm usually associated with driving is applied unconsciously to the hallways. It's a good thing, too, because if we didn't, this is what would happen.
According to Dr. Roberts, because of the serial positioning effect, you won't remember the middle of this anyway. So, we're just going to skip to the end.
You look like a fool to me.
Conformity occurs in both collectivistic and individualistic cultures. Of course, when a culture is more collectivistic, conformity is much higher. These individuals are more likely to conform for the good of others, because conformity is seen as the glue that holds society together.
Individualistic cultures tend to view conformity as a negative. However, those living in these societies do conform, but are more likely to do so to help themselves excel in society.
Harvard psychologist Herbert Kellman reported on 3 types of responses to conformity: compliance, identification, and internalization.
Compliance is when one goes along outwardly with the behavior approved by the group, but inward attitudes, values, and beliefs do not change. So in essence, one publicly conforms, but not privately.
Identification is the want to be like a desired person. When an opinion or behavior is adapted, it puts the conformer into a satisfying relationship with the influencer.
Internalization is the acceptance of the belief or behavior and conforming both publicly and privately.
There are 2 reasons why people conform.
When people conform to gain acceptance and avoid ridicule, it is called normative influence.
When the group is viewed as a source of viable, valid, or useful information about what is right and wrong, or acceptable and unacceptable, it is called informational influence.
Informational influence often results in internalization, whereas normative influence results in compliance. For example, the conformist in the opening skit would be under a normative influence, whereas trends in society would be under informational influence.
Some factors that increase the likelihood of conformity are personality, stimulus, intergroup, and situational factors. A person's self-confidence and awareness levels influence the likelihood of whether or not one would conform.
Gender and age also play a role. Based on research, women conform more than men due to differences in motivation. Women are more interaction-oriented and concerned with obtaining harmonious relationship with others.
Men are more task-oriented. They are concerned with getting the job done as best as possible.
In terms of age, young children tend to be the least aware of social norms and group pressures. The need to conform gradually increases, reaching its peak at age 14, gradually decreasing from there.
Stimulus factors are situations in which the right way to think or act is hard to discern. Intergroup factors are the people to whom one is conforming to, depending on how similar the people are to the conformist. They may be a friend, foe, or stranger. For example, a person is not going to conform to their foe, but they may conform to their friend.
A situational factor would be the presence of one dissenting individual drastically decreases the chances of another conforming.